I was thinking that I would show you my phone tonight. This is my case. I have an iPhone 6S. I don't really pay attention. Yeah, it says S there. So an iPhone 6S. I don't exchange my phone or upgrade my phone often, just because it's not something I care about. Yeah, though my sister has the newest iPhone and it does look really, really nice. So you can see there's these pink flowers here, and some of the varnish has come off, so maybe it looks a bit dirty, but it's not. It's just where the plastic is wearing away. Like there. Because I've had this phone for quite a while. I don't know how many years. I don't really keep track, but a while. I always have my phone on silent, and I always have do not disturb on, or at least I would say like 80% of the time. So that's what's up. This background is a drawing that my friend did. It's bigger than this actually. It's like a cat with some tree branches and some fruit on the top. I really liked it, so I just put it as my background. Before that, I had a like gouache and oil drawing, painting sketch from Picasso that I really liked. It was very dark, of a female figure. So, okay, so starting up at the top, we have, well, I guess I should say too, you can see there's not a lot of my phone intentionally. I do have social media, but I never log in. To Facebook, I never log in truly, maybe like 2 times a year. And then Instagram, I do have an account. Every once in a while, I re-download it, but if I find that it's getting in the way of my work, then I take it off. So right now I don't have it. I'm usually happier and better without it. I also kind of feel like if there's a photo you want your friends to see, it's more meaningful if you send that photo directly to the friends it makes you think of, or the friends you want to share it with. So that's something I've been trying to do. But I know Instagram is a very useful tool for a lot of people. Just not really my thing. So yeah, I think on Instagram I have like 30 photos total. Okay, so calendar. Nothing exciting there. I don't really use it because I don't like this calendar. I don't like that I can't see all the things for a day at a glance. So I actually have and keep a physical calendar where I write down things for the day, like appointments, and I also put 4 circles at the top of each date, just for tracking goals. Like I've been trying to meditate every day this year, which I've done so far, or running or yoga. I'll get into that later. Yeah, so calendar. Then we have the clock. You can see what time it is. Here's the beautiful microphone. So typically I wake up at 7 without an alarm. I often am working from home, so yeah, it doesn't really matter when I wake up, but I try to keep a regular schedule because that's important. Maybe like 9 on the weekends. And typically I get up with the first alarm there. So I don't really like have a lot of alarms. I'll maybe do this when I go to bed, but yeah, I think there's a way you can turn them on for the entire week, but I just do it every night before I go to bed. I kind of like the routine of it, and I haven't figured out the other way to do it. What else? World clock. Yeah. So someone really important to me is in Amsterdam right now, so I have that. Buenos Aires, of course, because I lived there and have friends there still. Los Angeles, I was just there for a work trip, and I'm going back soon. And then Calgary, I have a really good friend up in Calgary who I talk to a lot. Timer, yeah, often this is on 8 or 10 minutes because that's how long it takes me to make a pizza in the oven. That's about all I use it for, so. Alright, settings, not interesting. Camera, I can't really show you. Maybe I can show you a weird dog picture. No, I shouldn't, because I'm not sure what else is there. So I will skip that. What is a snob? I had that up because someone just commented that a on a video, and I was gonna just give them the definition, but then I thought, is it like a trick to make me say something? And then they're like, you are the definition of a snob, or I don't know. So I just looked it up really quick. Okay. So, it'd be like asking, I thought maybe it was something like, what's a know-it-all? And then the know-it-all answers. But, yeah. So, these are 2 things I happen to have up. This is long form. I haven't read any of these because I was traveling for work, so I didn't have time, so I'm behind. But when I get behind, I just let it go. There's some good essays on here to read, though. Like, I read a really good essay they had on here from the New York Times back in December about glitter and glitter factories, and it was a great read, and I would not have found it without long form. Oh yeah, and then here's my April horoscope. I was reading this the other day while I was waiting for something to process. Yeah, I think maybe you wouldn't believe it based on my videos, but I'm not really big into horoscopes that much. I'm not big into horoscopes, but in a year that has been really filled with uncertainty for me, I've just found them helpful. So, yeah, just kind of having fun with that. But if you are into horoscopes, Astrology Zone, Susan Miller is like the way to go. Alright, Fitbit. I don't really wear a Fitbit, but I use this. I have one. I never wore it all day. I sleep well at night, so I've never had to track my sleep, luckily. But I would wear it sometimes when I run, and I just haven't lately, but I still use this to track my exercise. This, I don't really care about weight, but I'm pretty tall too, and I have a pretty big bust, so that's what I weigh. This is the range, if you care. I also have a lot of muscle, but anyway, just with the winter and traveling for work, I gained a little bit of weight, so I'm just like keeping a very casual eye on that. And For exercise, I'll typically do, well, this was a weird week because I just got back from that trip. These were weird weeks because I was at the trip, on the trip. Typically I'll do like 3 days of running and 3 days of yoga in a week. Yoga for like half an hour to an hour, and then running I'll do 4 miles each day. Not an incredibly fast pace. I just enjoy it. It's good for my head. And then once a month I'll do a 10K by myself just for fun. So it's like a good amount, but I'm not a competitive runner by any means. I've only run one real race that I just did with my mom for fun. It's not really my thing. So from there, we go to Duolingo. Okay, you guys, some people don't know what I mean when I say that I have a slightly obsessive personality. Or like, I don't know if obsessive is the right word. It's more like if I put my mind to something, I just do it, and I make habits for myself in a pretty intentional way. So, this is my Duolingo streak. So it's like, 3 years basically of doing this every day. Even when I didn't have Wi-Fi, I would like figure out a way to get it done because I'm just, I don't even know. Creature of habit? Don't know. I don't know. But yeah, pretty dedicated to Duolingo. So I've been using it to study Italian. I understand a lot of Italian now, more than ever before, like a lot, but I can't really speak it because I just use this app. I've never taken any classes or anything, so yeah. But I can read and listen to it and get the gist pretty well now. Japanese, I was just messing around. Swedish, when I lived in China, I had 2 Swedish friends. Chinese, Spanish. This is Spain Spanish that they teach here, and I learned Spanish in Argentina, but it's good for just, I don't know, keeping up with it. I studied French in high school, Portuguese for my vacation last year to Brazil. Greek, never done anything with, and I'm not far at all. I just think it sounds so beautiful. Yeah, you can see I've done like nothing. It's so beautiful. But kind of pointless for me because like Italy, I have a connection to Italy, whereas Greece, I don't. So it just seems more, I don't know, more reasonable to study something I may use one day. Russian I studied a bit of in school, and Dutch. Like I said, I have a really close friend in Amsterdam at the moment, so yeah, that's that. Then I have my notes app here. I'm not gonna get into all of them because there's some information in that, but like the first one, the world is open for play. That's just the title of my to-do list, which is something to do with Robin Williams. And you can see the first thing on my to-do list right now is phone video, which is what I am currently making for you. Then we have miscellaneous, just random stuff. I tend to be really bad at writing down the source of it, so they're just kind of odds and ends where I have to like look it up again if I want to know what's up. It's a very long list, you can see. So I'm not gonna go through it all. This looks like it's from some article about the gig economy and like the precarity of the labor force right now. Oh yeah, my friends didn't believe me when I told them bagels are boiled, so I looked this up and wanted to remember to explain better next time, which is that they're boiled before they're baked, and that makes the starch on the outside gel into a barrier, so then when they're baking, that gelled barrier affects the way the dough on the inside cooks, or bakes rather. It rises less and it's denser inside. Object Permanence, it's a really good poem. I don't know what that's from, but I think it's true, and that you should do it with sympathy. This is from, I don't know, maybe a book on poetry, I'm not sure. And it goes on and on and on. It's very long. So 5-year plan, I just have like a list of different projects that I'm working towards. Open doors, just a list of come August, I have more decisions to make, so it's basically just a list of possible avenues and some like questions to help me decide my course. 2019 is all preparation, just things I need to do this year, building towards next year, jokes, tasks. This is like long-term to-dos. Jokes, like I said, I have a friend in the hospital, so sometimes I send bad jokes. What do you call, speaking of snobs, what do you call a snobby criminal going down the stairs? A condescending. No matter how kind you are, German children are kinder. Yeah, some language jokes. What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint. Yeah, they're very silly. So, some silly jokes. And here, I deleted my contacts app, so I have to access it through my phone dialer, which I like, FaceTime, Messenger, and WhatsApp, because I have a lot of friends overseas or in Argentina still, various places, so it's just like a good way to be in touch with them. Then, Headspace, like I said, trying to meditate every day this year. So far, so good. I don't need Headspace actually. I've meditated in the past. I've been on silent retreats. I meditated a lot in college actually. So it's something I sort of have in my skill set, maybe. But I just thought it would be a good way to get back on track with it because I let myself get out of practice for many years. So that's what that is. App Store, weather, mail, Plinko. It's like a Chinese dictionary that's really useful because before things like this existed, you would have to like count the strokes in a character and then that's how you start looking it up in the dictionary. It's really crazy. So like here. Oh well, it still knows what I was gonna do. That last stroke was really bad. So R-U, that's also really ugly. And that just means whisper. It's hard to do this through the viewfinder. Here, I'm gonna try to write it better this time, even though it understood me. It's still not as pretty as it would be with pen and paper, but look, now you can actually read what I wrote. Yeah, or so like with a normal dictionary, it's like you count the strokes and you start looking up characters that way, or you do it by radical. So like you saw me write this. So this part is the radical, which in this case, there's many different radicals, but this one means like having to do with language. So this is you, which is part of are you, which is whisper, or you just means like languages, but this radical also does, because this shul is to speak, same radical, see, is words, you know, so yeah. Anyway, it's very useful. So you don't have to have a manual dictionary with you, which is less useful, especially with Chinese. Calculator, I use a lot. I was good at math in school, but I never really liked it, so I don't know. I was in all the advanced classes, but I just, I don't know. I have like not an insecurity, but it's not quite that. I just felt like I was really good at getting the right answer, but I never, because I could follow procedure. You know, the equations they give you and like when they teach you how to do it, I could do that really well. But I always felt like I was underwater because I never understood the concepts behind the things they were telling me to do. Like, I couldn't like master chef cook in math. I could just follow a recipe, kind of like that. And I think that has something to do with me, but also something to do with the way we teach math in this country, at least. Maps. And then find phone. Oh, I need to turn that on. Wallet, I don't use. Health, I don't use. Photos, I don't use. Actually, I go through my camera icon to photos, to my gallery. YouTube, I'll come back to these. Snapchat, I just use for like filters occasionally. I haven't opened it probably in the past 4 months, but sometimes I'll use the filters and then save it to my phone. Because I changed my name on this a few years ago and never added anyone back, and then just stopped using it. Netflix I don't really watch on my phone, but I will download different documentaries to watch on the plane, especially when I'm traveling for work. And then finally YouTube. You just probably want to go to sleep. Your comments for a book one. You guys are great. Library. Oh yeah, you know what I could do is I could show you the videos if I release this sooner rather than later, these will be like a surprise for you. So this is just like a little clip for GBASMR because she's doing that big compilation. And these were just published. These two come out at the end of the month. The sound isn't great in them because I filmed during the day, so I apologize for that. And these three I like, and they're coming out after 3 more. Where are they? These, which are lo-fi. So that's what's up next. I think it's hair products, then coloring, then poems, then a random one that I ended up really liking, and personal attention, and then a Spanish one, and that's where, and then interior designer and wedding planner. It's a shame about the audio on this interior designer one because it starts off kind of normal and then she gets a bit weird, or the video does, and just a little bit, not like the nonsense doctor roleplay, but I liked the way it went. It's just that the audio left me dissatisfied. Anyway, that's what I have for you. And I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you for being here. I know there's a lot of distractions in this big world of ours, some of them really great ones, but there's a lot. And so I think, sticking by someone and supporting them and being in anything for the long haul is a really great gift that that we can give to each other. And so I appreciate you being here a lot. And yeah, I mean, I'm in it for the long haul, so you don't have to worry about that. And I hope you guys are well, and I will see you soon.